And welcome to the Banana Poo channel. We're starting over again because we died. God damn it. I can't stand that. When you're playing this game, you really have to stay on top. You have to play consecutively. You can't have any kind of breaks. I accidentally walked into not one walrus, but two walruses, and they slowly picked me apart. I was able to get one, but the other, he finished the job. And kind of just pissing me off a little bit, but that's how this game is. If you get a little away from it, you kind of forget little nuances of the map, and you'll find yourself in a heap load of shit. And not the good stuff, not the one that you can make gardens out of, So what we're going to do is start again. I've played Weber now 3 times, and I have to say I like him. He's quickly becoming one of my second favorite characters. But let's face it, I'd like to do a different character. If you look at my work, you can see obviously which character I like the most. It's definitely Willow. Willow the Firestarter. She's got a bitchin' lighter for one thing. And come on, I mean, like, her pigtails say yes to me, man. I mean, that's fucking awesome. If you ever seen the vinyl dolls, they're at vinyl dolls. Not vinyl dolls. They're the vinyl collectible characters, whatnot. Okay, they're from Don't Starve, and they're fantastic. I mean, they're both $13, whatnot, a piece. But I've got them for my gaming room. It's going to be a centerpiece. I'm going to plan on, setting up a shelf just for Don't Starve stuff. I'm going to put backdrop in, either print it up and put it in something really nice, or make it look really nice, and then have, the ground and a backdrop kind of thing, so that when I set them up, it kind of looks catchy cool. That being said, I love them. They were like $13, and I got them for Christmas for my wife. She did a gaming room centric thing. I definitely want to have a gaming room, and we do plan on having space, eventually. But I said I want to start, collecting stuff now. So that when I do get my gaming room, I can set up a few shelves and have some really bitchin' stuff up from all over the different video game places. So, I mean, I do play Willow quite a bit. As you see, Weber, son of a bitch. So my last game, I got to day 57 with Weber, the game before that. And just recently, my last game, I got to day 58. I survived one extra day, but I died from the same goddamn thing. So, I mean, piss me off. The MacTusk. The MacTusk is the Scottish walrus that just handed my ass to me. Yeah, so, I mean, right now my favorite characters, let's go look at those. Wilson, of course, he's the quintessential character. This is what was built all around it. I mean, he's the main hubbub. He's the guy with the mojo. I like him. He's pretty cool. I like the fact that he grows a beard. The beard does come into play once you get the prestidigitator set up. You can get you can make certain things with the hairs. There is a way for non-beard growers to get the hairs, and that's to go a little insane and allow the rabbits to turn into the were-rabbits, and then you're able to collect hairs that way. Willow. I like Willow, because there's two things that just, you know, yeah, the lighter hurts and is great because you never have to make a torch. You never have to worry about ending up in the dark. You know, you can flick on your lighter and you're still good. Um, what I love about her is that she's immune to fire. That's what killed me in the last game is it was in the middle of winter. He was cold. I just got up off the stone table and I needed to light a fire. So the only thing I had was a torch. So I lit a tree, and right away that tree set me on fire, and I lost most of my health. So by the time I got back to my stuff, I thought that walrus would be long gone, and he wasn't. And I ended up paying the price for it with day 58. Wolfgang. Wolfgang, I like him just because of the goddamn name. But he's not my favorite character. He's actually quite hard. Wendy. I haven't really played Wendy since I have this game on the PC, and I haven't played her since then. Basically, I've just been playing the other characters here on the PS4. WX78. Wicker Bottom. I love Wicker Bottom. She's pretty good for newbies, people that are learning. Yeah, small children. You know, I have a son. He's 6. He loves playing this game, and he plays her because she's pretty smart. She can make things pretty much right away. So, Woody. He was good right up until the terrible secret gets set off. Pretty much almost like 20-25 days, whatnot. So if you control yourself and you do not set off his secret, eventually the game will force it to come on. At once upon a time, that wasn't the case. It seemed to, if you used Lucy, which is his axe, he named his axe Lucy. If you used Lucy, you run the risk of turning him into this big scary monster. Unfortunately, if you didn't use your Lucy and you used a normal axe, well, you could avoid being turned into the monster. But now they've done it so that you end up, turning into that. I haven't unlocked him yet. Or him. Wigfried! The performing artist. She only eats meat. I really don't like her. She has a bitchin' breastplate and spear. So she's a really good fighter. But the only eats meat thing is a killer. I mean, you end up collecting so much other stuff that you have really no use for. I find that she actually just doesn't use a lot of other stuff, and it kind of takes away from the game instead of adding to the game. Weber, he's pretty bitchin'. He's a monster. He gets along with monsters. He can be friendly, spires, grows a silky smooth beard, and that really, really helps. No, I'm not gonna beat her. No, I'm not gonna beat him. No. Let's do, it's either gonna be the robot or it's gonna be Wilson. The robot is a bit of a pain in the ass because, you gotta keep him dry or else he just hurts. He gets hurt. The water just totally fucks him up. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna play him because I haven't played him enough, and I've seen a lot of people play him with hundreds of days. So I would like to be one of those guys that have 2, 3, 4, 500 days and don't starve eventually. Maybe if I buy some skills. Let's fire it up. Hey, it only took 11 minutes. I know, I'm getting pretty bad at that, but... One thing I find with Weber, too, he usually starts in the spring, and it rains like a son of a bitch. Who knows? Say, pal, you don't look so good. Oh, you see me in the morning. You better find something to eat before you starve to death. Come here, lunch. I like roads. Roads are fast. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Oh my god, do I ever hate turkey. Oh. Lucky butterfly. Hopefully there's some beefalo there. Oh my, this is a good area. Alright, when you start, if the rabbit holes are open, you are starting in autumn. That's one way to tell. So your first major obstacle will be winter. I prefer winter first. For me, summer is a lot harder. That's actually a nice piece of land. There's beefalo here. Hey, no problem. In the springtime, they'll be collapsed. You don't want to dig them up either. If you dig them up, they won't produce any rabbits come summer. So that's a good way to tell. No, you can't move them. They're pretty much they're there. If you were desperate for food, you can dig them up, and a rabbit will come up with them. You just have to. The rabbit will take off. You wait a little bit, he'll calm down. Eventually, he'll go to sleep too. You can even walk up to him in the middle of the night while he's sleeping and kill him. You wouldn't even need a trap, or you could set a trap and come back and get him later. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I've been dying to try and dying to get a rabbit hutch. I'd love to be able to. I haven't made one of those yet, and I know the birdcage is so valuable. I mean, it's really worth having. If I could get my hands on a rabbit hutch, I'd like to see how that plays. How that comes into a factor and whatnot, you know. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, the giant were bunnies, you mean? Yeah, they've handed my ass to me a few times. Those bunnies, they're just. You really have to have a helmet, and even two, you know, because they go through them so fast. And when they attack like the bird. They attack the head. Yeah, I've died several times because of them. They are hard. So. Ha ha ha. Hello, my friend. Ooh, and you have a partner too. Okay. So now that we know that where the beefalo are on the map, we can look at setting down some roots somewhere. As soon as we find some gold, we'll be good to go. 2 herds, that's excellent. The beefalo are valuable. They'll help defend you against hounds, but also against giants, especially like the bearger. They can take down the bearger. You need about 2 herds. Now that we're entering in wintertime, we should be fine if a bearger does show up. Oh, no? Yeah, I find the bird cage are just quite excellent. You know, I mean, you have to have that bird, whatnot. The rabbits, I haven't been able to see what they've really done. You know, I don't know how it would affect the game having that hutch. With Rex here, the robot rain is definitely your enemy. You will find that it seems to rain a little bit more playing him, but that's because you have to stay by the fire longer. I picked him because normally I play Willow, the fire starter. She's my favorite character. Next would have to be Weber, but Rex here, he has some traits that are excellent. Like, if he gets hit by lightning, you won't believe the amount of stuff that you can get, that you can accomplish because he moves so fast. And if you already have, say, the walking stick, Okay, the walking stick basically speeds you up. Okay, now imagine that on top of the lightning, it multiplies. Like it allows you to go faster and faster and faster if you have the walking stick and you get hit by lightning. Eventually, he can get upgraded too with gears so that he can do other things, walk faster, do things. So, I mean, he's worth having if you can, survive long enough until you can get a good source of silk. Because the parasol doesn't do it. As you see, he does get hit, and it really hurts them. But with the umbrella and a hat, standing by a fire, you don't get wet. You could be half soaked and you'll dry out completely. And that's what you need to get to. You need to get to that point. Yeah, but I picked him because I wanted to. Oh, there we go. We have some gears there, so that'll be good. And a stone table. And we have rock. Oh my god. So let's see what's out here to the right, because this is where we're going to probably build. Yeah, sanity, you definitely have to, you have to look out for. A lot of people overlook using the garland, okay? Especially because with him, you're constantly making parasols, because he has to have a parasol no matter what when it's raining. But if you have the garland, that goes a long, long way in helping with his sanity. Also, you need to be able to set up a crock pot so that you can make candy. Candy is quite easy once you get a beehive set up and a crock pot. Once you have about 2 beehives, one you could pull it off with, but 2 beehives will produce enough honey to enable you to make a lot of candy. And candy is just a piece of fruit or vegetable with 3 honeys. And that will boost up your sanity quite easy. Hey, no problem. I got a bunch of little tricks and tips, and I've been playing this a long time. Unfortunately, I'm not awesome at it. Like I'm not the best player by far. I'm pretty much an average player, but I have been playing it a long time. And I mean, ever since I've started streaming as well, there's been other people that come in here just to watch how you play, and they pick up different things even off of new people. But they help you too, like, I mean, I've had some help from viewers, and it's been excellent. I like it. It's a good way to, that's the way this game was meant to play, is, everybody's experience is going to be totally different, and that's a pretty cool thing, I think, So we're not making our base here, I'm just throwing that up. basically we're gonna grab a backpack. Get some tools. Yeah, by the stone table. Yeah, I didn't have a hammer at the time. Now that I do, I will make my way back. I'm going to build actually my base right around there because it is close to the beefalo, as well as the stone table. What I also like to do is preload a lot of my stuff. As you can see, you have a bunch of your resources down at the bottom. When you get to a point and you're full and you can't carry anymore, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So what I do is I preload stuff, and instead of putting it down, just hit cancel, and then you have it right there for the next time you go to load it up or put it down. It spends the resources, so it's really, really good that way. It allows you to collect more and easier to plant things too, later on. So let's go and collect. Alright. Another thing I like to do is this is a huge source of gold and rocks right here. What I'm going to do is not use it. I will keep that for my winter time, but what I'll do is set up a mini base here so that I can come up and gain access to it. Yeah, it comes in handy, especially in the wintertime or the summertime. Having mini bases allows you to go from base to base to base, and setting up stone fireplaces in the long run saves you so much resources. If you just keep building little fireplaces, the amount of resources that you burn off is just huge. And if you make gold tools, you will save a lot of grass, a lot of saplings. It's the way to go. I mean, you'll notice a big difference, especially if you're using just the normal tools. You're constantly making tools for one thing, and then with the gold stuff, you can do so much with it before you have to, bust out a new one. Yes, you do. You do use the gold a lot quicker. And that's why it's very important to start opening up your map. You can get gold from other sources, mainly caves. You can find gold down in caves, but caves are very deadly and dangerous. So your main goal is going to be to try and find the pigmen. There's always a pigmen village, but there's always a pigmen village with the pig king. The big king is this massive king. What you can do is give him items, and he'll give you a huge amount of gold pieces, especially if they're the right items. And you can find those items in the graveyards. Okay, put on a garland because you can dig about maybe one or two graves and your sanity will be nuts. Like, it'll drop so fast. But if you put a garland on, you can dig up about 5 graves, 4 to 5 graves. And in those graves, you're going to find gems. You're going to find really cool things that will actually help you. You can make weapons. You can make medallions and jewelry that will help keep you cool, you know. But you're also going to find knickknacks that you're not going to use at all. You'll find things like marbles, a gnome. You'll find a ton of things that you wires. You know, there's a ton of things that you will find that you will not use. They're not made for anything in the game. You can't make anything out of them. Okay. Those are the things you want to trade to the Pig King, because you can get, like, for marbles, I think it's like 7 to 8 pieces of gold, and he just spits it out. And especially if you're like, every once in a while when you pass a grave, read it. Especially if you read the graves, you hit the inspection button, you'll find that it's got hilarious things to say, but you'll eventually find your name on it. It'll say, hey, that's got my name on it. And if you dig it up, usually it's got something good inside, right? So every once in a while, you walk by a grave, dig it up. You don't have to dig up a ton, one or two, and then move on. Especially if you're really healthy and you have the resources to get, your sanity back, kind of thing. It's well worth doing, because eventually you'll keep collecting all this stuff, and then when you run out of gold and you've expanded your map, you'll finally run into the Pig King, and you can take all that stuff to him, and it's like a forced savings kind of thing. Mm. I bet you as soon as daytime comes, not long after, there's going to be rain. Just my luck. Come on. Oh, the epitaph, whatnot. I don't know. I think maybe after a while they could possibly reset. Who knows? Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying, like, when after you dig up a grave and there's an empty pit, and you're wondering why that doesn't disappear? I'll tell you why. When you find you'll find on the ground a skull of a spider. It'll be like a skull, and then it has like the little legs, but it's all made out of bones. Okay, you take that and you plant that into the open grave that you dug up. And once you bury that, a lightning storm will come. It'll strike it, and you'll unlock Weber. There is a ton of rock. That is so awesome. My last game there wasn't a lot. Right, another tip is when you use the pickaxe, it goes down by threes. When you're first starting off, you're going to eventually need thermal stones. What I like to do is use the pickaxe as much as possible, and then I put it away, and I save that, because when I get back to camp and I do set up my science machines, I can use that pickaxe that's at 3% to make a thermal stone, and you get your use out of it, Yeah, it would be interesting to see what they could do with, what you could do with them, I'm surprised there, wasn't more done with it, but yeah, I agree. Well, I'm glad I can help, man, I mean, we'll do one more and then we'll go set up a base. I'm actually quite new to streaming. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it for just a peace of mind, I needed something to do. I have an illness, so it keeps me kind of stuck at home. So, I like the game. Unfortunately, I'm not that great at it. Like I said, I'm an average gamer. I'm not I'm not gonna, blow my own horn, whatnot. I'm pretty much down the road, middle down the road, whatnot. I do have a passion for gaming, though. So I mean, like most gamers, I mean, most people that get into this hobby love it because it's just so much fun. So. Oh yeah, yeah, it does. It's definitely rocketed to the top of my all-time favorite games. You know, I mean, oh damn. Okay, it's only one pond. The ponds you have to be careful of, especially if there's like 3 or 4 ponds. Trying to build near them can get very insane, overrun with frogs, and it can be quite hard. I think we're gonna go right in here. Oh yeah, like I mean, it's this game can definitely get me into a lot of trouble with, you know, my kids play it. We all have fun with it. The game is a blast, you know. I have a 16-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they both play this quite a bit, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to. There's a Don't Starve Together. That's the next iteration of the series. It's based off not Reign of Giants. It's based off the original Don't Starve part of it. What it's going to be is multiplayer where you guys can jump in and you play a game together. I can't remember how many players can play it at the same time, but basically you play on your own machines, and you play with each other. The idea is to cooperate. There are things where two people are needed to do something. But the cool thing is that the idea of the game is still the same premise. You're trying to survive as long as possible, and you're trying to do it together, whatnot. The cool thing is that if one of you guys dies, you become a ghost. That's it. It's not just the end of the road. You become a ghost. Now, you have the options of still trying to help your friend. You can light his way. You can you know, attack ghosts or attack other monsters, you know, slow them down for them kind of thing. But the only thing is that you really don't do as much. You can't interact as much, but there is some interaction still there. So say you guys are playing and you get to day 90 and you want to get to day 95 and one of you dies. Well, you can help him. Or if you're a vindictive little shit, you could, you know, hurt him. You can actually start attacking your buddy, in the hopes of stopping him from getting to day 95 without you, kind of thing. You know, so it's kind of a cool concept. I don't know. I don't know if it's an online thing where you store it to the cloud or whatnot, or if it's a actual, it gets saved on both of your computers, because there are art games that do that. Like it might exactly work. Like, have you ever played Civ 5? You and your friend can start a game, and basically the game gets saved to the person that initiates the game. Now, say that person or somebody else in the group had to leave. Well, the computer takes over that secondary person. So maybe it works like that. Or what you can do is save the game, and you could continue playing on in a single player fashion, let's say. Okay. But when your friend is ready to play again, when you guys load it up, you load up back to where you left off as a pair. It would work that way, I mean, I'm not sure, but... Yeah, it would, yeah. Yeah, it could really, really suck when not. No, I haven't played the beta, unfortunately. When it had came out, it's only... I got the damn invite, and I got all excited, and when I went to it, it's only for PC. So after the beta, I'll be able to get it and play it on my Mac. And that was a disappointment, I tell you. All excited to see it there in the mailbox. Come place, don't start together. Oh boy, download it on Steam. Sure enough, click the link, get there, and got a kick in the nuts. It's only for PC. Oh my god. I have a PC, or I had, that's up at my dad's right now, mainly because he needed a computer. His was old and slow, and when we visit, we usually, I stay there a lot sometimes to help out watching the dogs or whatnot, or we stay there because it's 20 minutes out of town, whatnot. That may not seem like a lot, but like I said, I have an illness, so sometimes we end up staying there a lot. And basically, it's a peace of mind that I'm able to stay there, and if I'm hurting, I can stay and still be able to play some games. So there's a method to my madness. So. Yeah, I don't want to take on that guy yet. Yay.